The Real Housewives, a franchise built on money, status, loyalty, and very public meltdowns. You've got big houses, designer everything, glam squads on standby, and marriages that look solid until the cameras start rolling. For years, people have whispered about what fans call the divorce curse. Women join the show, their lives look perfect, and then somewhere along the way, the marriage cracks. Sometimes fast, sometimes slowly, but it happens often enough that people can't ignore it. Is it a curse? Who knows? But the pattern is there. What really gets interesting isn't just who split up, it's what they walked away with when it was over. Some left with millions, some left with monthly checks that most people won't see in a lifetime, and a few, they left with almost nothing. Let's get into it. Erika Jayne. This one shocked almost everyone watching The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. Erika Jayne filed for divorce from Tom Girardi after 21 years of marriage. They had a 33-year age gap. They met in 1998, were friends for about a year, and then got married. At first, people assumed she'd be protected. There was a prenup. She lived a very expensive lifestyle. Music career, glam, private planes. You'd think she'd walk away comfortable. That didn't happen. About a year after filing, she revealed on the show that she was getting no spousal support, no alimony, no giant payout, nothing to maintain that lifestyle. Instead, lawsuits started piling up. It came out that Tom Girardi had allegedly used settlement funds meant for the families of Lion Air flight victims to fund their lifestyle. That money wasn't his. It was supposed to go to grieving families. He was later sued by his own law partner over unpaid partnership income. Then came the dementia and Alzheimer's diagnosis. Eventually, Tom was sent to prison for wire fraud. And Erika? She was facing a $25 million lawsuit. No spousal support, no safety net, just legal chaos. That's a very different ending than people expected. Ashley Darby. This one feels like a cautionary tale about prenups. Ashley from The Real Housewives of Potomac finalized her divorce from Michael Darby in February 2025. She actually filed. They had been separated since 2022 but didn't publicly announce it until later in 2024. That timeline raised eyebrows. But the real issue? The prenup. Ashley confirmed during the reunion that the prenuptial agreement meant she was not entitled to alimony or spousal support. Years of marriage, 2 kids together, Dean and Dylan, and financially, no spousal payout. They do share custody of their sons. But in terms of walking away with a monthly check, that wasn't in the deal. You could see the shock on her co-stars' faces when she said it. Kim Richards. Now this one went very differently. Kim Richards married Greg Davis in 1988. He's the son of oil billionaire Marvin Davis, whose net worth at the time was reportedly around $5.8 billion. They were married for 3 years. Not long. They had 2 kids, Whitney and Chad. The marriage ended, but the money didn't. Kim was originally receiving $20,000 a month in spousal support. In 2009, that increased to $23,000 a month, and it stays that way for life unless she remarries. That's $276,000 a year, every year, for life. No lump sum, just steady income. Decades after a 3-year marriage. That's leverage. Alexis Bellino. If anyone negotiated well, it was Alexis from The Real Housewives of Orange County. She and Jim Bellino finalized their divorce in 2018 after 13 years of marriage. They share 3 children, James, Miles, and McKenna. Joint legal and physical custody. Now the numbers. Jim agreed to pay $6,000 per month in child support. That's $2,000 per child until each turns 18. He also covers their medical and insurance. On top of that, Alexis gets $10,000 per month in spousal support. It ends if one of them dies or if the court changes it. It does not automatically end if she remarries, at least according to the terms made public. She also received a $250,000 lump sum in a separate home in San Juan Capistrano. She kept her jewelry, handbags, and personal accessories. Jim kept the marital home in San Juan Capistrano, a Dana Point property, his businesses, stocks, bonds, bank accounts in his name, vehicles in his name, jewelry, and artwork. He also took on certain debts, including unpaid taxes and an American Express balance. And one more detail. Jim took out a $2.5 million life insurance policy, naming Alexis as beneficiary. It has to stay active as long as she receives spousal support. That's a layered settlement, monthly income, lump sum, property, insurance protection. Vicki Gunvalson. Vicki from The Real Housewives of Orange County was married to Don Gunvalson for 16 years. They separated in October 2010. She filed for divorce in April 2013. It was finalized around 2014. By then, there were multiple properties and businesses involved. Vicki received their Coto de Casa home, valued at $600,000 at the time. She paid Don $27,000 to buy out his share. She kept furniture and artwork in her possession, all personal items, half of several joint bank accounts, the full balance of certain accounts, full rights to Woohoo Productions, LLC, a Puerto Vallarta timeshare, a Puerto Rico penthouse, a 2009 Mercedes SL 550, a $100,000 life insurance policy, and a $500,000 life insurance policy. In total, she received $886,000 in assets and $117,000. But to equalize everything, she had to pay Don $67,799.50. Don kept his 401k, valued around $75,000, a 2003 Navigator, a 2004 BMW 745i, a Lake Havasu home, an Irvine property, another Arizona property, bank accounts in his name, insurance policies in his name, and furniture in his possession. And yes, this all happened after her affair with Brooks Ayers became public. Drama never stays off camera with this group. Lisa Hochstein. On The Real Housewives of Miami, Lisa and Lenny Hochstein split in May 2022, citing irreconcilable differences. They had signed a prenup in 2009 before marrying. They also had a marital settlement agreement in 2023. Under the agreement, Lenny pays $15,000 per month in child support for their two children, Logan and Elle. When Logan turns 18, it drops to $10,000 per month for Elle. Lisa also receives spousal support, but the exact number hasn't been publicly disclosed. One unusual detail: Lisa required that Lenny build her and the kids a home comparable to the one they lived in with him. That would be their residence until the kids turn 18. She kept her jewelry, engagement ring, and gifts received during the marriage. And this divorce had serious tension. Lisa said she was blindsided. Just before the split, he was talking about having a third child. Shannon Beador. This one unfolded on camera. Shannon Beador and David Beador separated in September 2017 after more than 17 years of marriage. She filed for divorce soon after. It played out on The Real Housewives of Orange County. They tried to repair things. According to Shannon, David was already emotionally gone. The settlement included a $1.4 million lump sum to equalize community property, then $10,000 per month in combined spousal and child support for 10 years starting in 2019. After 2029, those payments end. Shannon kept her bank accounts, her business, a 2015 Cadillac Escalade, a leased 2018 BMW 7 Series, and furniture in her possession. David kept his construction company, a Corona, California property, several luxury vehicles, including a Porsche Carrera and a Mercedes G-Class, and furniture in his possession. They agreed to joint custody of their daughters. Garcelle Beauvais. In 2010, Garcelle filed for divorce from Mike Nyland after discovering he had been unfaithful. The betrayal became public. The divorce followed quickly. The settlement was finalized about a year later. Garcelle received a $250,000 lump sum to satisfy all spousal support claims. No ongoing alimony. For child support, Mike pays $5,000 per month for their twin sons. He also covers private school tuition, nanny expenses, summer programs, and extracurricular activities. Garcelle kept her 2010 Land Rover, her clothing collection, all rights to her acting residuals, her jewelry. They split outstanding credit card debt. Clean break financially. As clean as these things get. Sutton Strack. And then there's Sutton. Sutton Strack and Christian Strack finalized their divorce on December 21, 2018. They had married in 2000 and separated in May 2016. 3 children. Her spousal support? $300,000 per month? Every month. Until she remarries or one of them dies. That's $3.6 million a year. She also receives $50,000 per month in child support for their 3 children. That's $600,000 a year in child support alone. And there's more. She was awarded a 6-bedroom, 8-bath Bel Air mansion, 2 properties in Georgia, all furniture in those homes, $1.2 million in cash, a personal checking account with $800,000, a Cadillac, a 2015 Chevrolet Suburban, her jewelry collection, American Express reward points. Christian also agreed to fund a $3 million trust for their children. When you line up all these settlements side by side, Sutton stands out by a mile. So, is there a divorce curse? Maybe it's not a curse. Maybe it's exposure. Fame changes pressure. Money changes power dynamics. Cameras magnify cracks that were already there. But one thing is clear: Joining the Real Housewives has ended a lot of marriages, and depending on the paperwork you signed before walking down the aisle, you either leave with generational wealth or you leave with legal bills and lessons learned. That's the pattern. Thanks for watching. If you found this breakdown interesting, let us know which settlement shocked you the most. And if there's another housewife you want analyzed next, drop her name below. See you in the next one.